So this is going to be a case study video where I show you how we added over $105,000 to one of our clients' businesses in just 30 days. So I'm going to walk you through what we sold, how we did it, what the strategy was, so you can hopefully copy and do the same for you. Now, full transparency, the client at the agency, they do have a strong social media following. So all the money that we made during this product launch was by monetizing the current audience. And I know some of you might be thinking, oh, well, Sam, I don't have an organic audience. I don't have a big following, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's tough because that's how business works, right? And you've got to leverage what you have. So if you are crying about it, then do two things. Number one, go out there, post content and build a following yourself. Or number two, do what I did and partner up with businesses who already have a following online and leverage that to make money. Okay, so we're inside the Sam Card account and you can see here we did over $105,000 in a 30-day period. And on any given day, we made anywhere between, $1,000 to $12,000 during the product launch. Now, I will refresh the screen. So you skeptical Susans, don't start crying saying that it's some form of like screenshot or something like that. Then I'm going to change the dates back. So it was March 13th to April 13th. And you can see that $105,000. So no, I'm not a loser that, fakes screenshots just to try and get some form of attention online. So yeah, $105,000 in a 30-day period. How did we do it? So I'm going to dive into the strategy of what we did throughout the launch in a second here. But in terms of what we sold, honestly, it was pretty simple. It was a low ticket product. So that's actually the cool thing about this launch is that obviously a lot of people are preaching these days, you need to sell high ticket, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you have an audience, it can be very easy to make a lot of money by selling a low ticket product. And the product initially was literally just $37, right? And then later on in the launch, which I'll talk about this in a second here, it was a $47 product. So they would go to the sales page, to the checkout page, put out their info, and then they would get sent to a one-time offer page where we would upsell them on a $97 product, right? So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to become the second coming of Russell Brunson or anything, coming up with a crazy funnel strategy. If you're watching this video, I imagine you understand this concept and the funnel that we're using. Honestly, the funnel itself, nothing groundbreaking. Obviously, a lot of work went into the sales page and the messaging because that's the most important thing when you're creating the funnel. It's not what type of funnel or anything like that. It's the offer, it's the positioning, it's the copywriting that obviously gets the conversions, which is the main thing. So that was the product and that was what we sold. So when we were looking at the launch, we basically split it up into a couple of different phases. Phase number one was before the launch happened. Phase number two was here. Phase number 3 was here, phase number 4 here, and then phase number 5 was at the end. So I'll dive into each phase right now. Phase number 1 is where we release what we call strategic content. And this is strategic content that is designed to change the belief system of your prospects and basically priming them to buy. Now, it's important to note at phase 1, we do not sell. We do not say, hey, I've got a product coming. We don't name the product. We don't say, hey, I'm going to be releasing this soon. Nothing. We're just giving out value content. But the value content is strategic in the sense that it is redesigning the beliefs in the prospect's mind. Obviously, as human beings, we have certain beliefs that either make us buy or stop us from buying. And we live by these beliefs. So we need to change the beliefs to get someone to see our product or our opportunity as the best thing for them. Let's just say we are selling a Amazon FBA program, teaching people how to make money with Amazon FBA. Maybe a big portion of our potential customers have the belief that Amazon FBA isn't a good opportunity anymore. Maybe that it's saturated, or maybe they believe that starting a marketing agency is the best business to start for a beginner. So they have those beliefs that go against them purchasing an Amazon FBA program. So the strategic content that we release here is reshaping those beliefs. So we are basically releasing content showing them that Amazon FBA isn't saturated. And again, we're not selling, we're just showing. And we're also talking about some of the positives of starting a marketing agency, but then we're also releasing content talking about the negatives. Maybe we release content comparing the two business models. And again, we're not selling, but we're just giving value, giving them information. But again, it's strategic in the sense that we are subconsciously rewiring the beliefs of the prospects so that then when we give them the opportunity to, and this wasn't an Amazon FBA product, by the way, this is just an example, but when we give them the opportunity to buy that Amazon FBA product to make money with it, they've already got the belief system of, oh wow, yes, this is the best opportunity for me. So that is phase one. And it's super important that you do that. Most people just go out and start selling without actually priming the prospects to buy. Now, phase two is the initial launch, right? And you can see on day one, a lot of people bought straight away. Now, this is where your red hot buyers will buy. So these are the people who already have the beliefs installed with them. They don't really need any more convincing. They just want the deal. They just want to buy the product. So these will be your raving fans or your red hot buyers. So the content when we launched this product through email and social media was direct. It was very, hey, this is the product. This is what it's going to help you achieve. This is the deal. This is the offer. Go ahead and buy now. And as you can see, we had a big surge in cash of people who will buy straight away because they are ready to buy. But this is only about 3% of the market. We've got the other 97% that we need to try and convince over the process of the launch. And that's what we do in the rest of phase two. Similar to before in phase one, this is where we are releasing strategic content every single day. So we've gone like super direct, like, hey, here's the offer, go and buy the thing. Now we're being a bit more strategic. Now, what you want to do before you create this content in phase two is do obviously the research on your avatar. So you should know the pain, the desires. Handwriting is a complete mess, but bear with me. And then also you need to know their objections, right? So once you know all of this on a really deep level, you can use this content or create content around these three things to get people to buy. So again, the best example is an objection. So one of the objections to Amazon FBA is that it's too saturated, right? In 2016, it was a good opportunity. In 2023, no one wants to buy it anymore, right? So we need to release content that basically breaks those beliefs. So a good example of this could be is that you could tell a story about someone or a customer who maybe had been trying to make money with Amazon FBA for like 2 years. And they basically were really close to giving up because they felt that it was too competitive, it was too saturated. But then they found you, they implemented your strategy, and then they got the result, right? So it's telling a story that will really resonate with the prospect, but also show them that the objection of it being too saturated isn't true if they have the right strategy, right? And then at the end of that piece of content, you invite them to buy. So you basically, the main part of this was basically listing out all of the potential objections that a customer would have to buying this product. And we would create stories and educational content and strategic content that overcomes those objections. And you can see this is how we make daily sales, because if you just go and pitch for 2 weeks straight, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, you're going to burn people out, right? People are going to unsubscribe. They're just not going to consume the content anymore. But if you tell stories and create strategic content that resonates with different parts of the audience, then you can continue to get daily sales. Because like I said, during this period, we were probably making anywhere between 1 to 3K a day in sales. Then we go to phase 3, which was our first part of urgency. So one of the things that we did on the sales page was say, hey, if you join today, you've got these exclusive bonuses. Now, these bonuses expired at the end of March. So a lot of the time, people, if they have gone through this strategic content and they still haven't bought, they just need a more logical reason to buy, or they just need like a better reason to buy. So we make sure that the bonuses expire on this date. So during the last few days of phase 3, it is very heavy on, hey, urgency, it's running out, it's going to expire. You can still join after March, but you're not going to get the bonuses. So if you're thinking about joining, you might as well join now because you're going to get more for your money, right? That's what we did in phase 3. And as you can see, a huge surge in cash at the end of phase 3 because we had that urgency. Then we go into phase 4, where it usually does die down a little bit because we've overcome objections, we've had the red hot buyers, we've given people a reason to buy with urgency, but we still throughout this period release strategic content that again is educational and it's overcoming certain objections. But then again, at the end of phase 4, you can see that there's a huge surge in cash and sales. Why is that? It's because, like I mentioned before, we increased the price from $37 to $47. So we didn't actually tell them it was only a $10 increase. We just said, hey, the price is going up, right? So again, you can still join after April 10th, but the price is going to increase. You're going to pay more. So if you're thinking about joining, you may as well buy now. It's the cheapest it'll ever be. So again, that caused a lot of fear of, paying more for the product, a lot of urgency. And that's why we had the big surge in cash. And then we went into phase 5, which is basically just the cart closing sequence. Again, I suppose this has urgency there where you're not literally going to be able to buy after April 13th. So get in now before we close the doors. So that's the strategy that we use. And it's important to note that, especially for a launch like this, where we're promoting over a 30-day period, which is a long time, right? A lot of people release courses and do launches over maybe like a 5-day period. But the only way we were able to do it for this long and still sell people and still make daily sales is because of the strategy, right? So it's not just a hard pitch for 30 days. So that's the first thing. And then number 2, you need to have multiple points within the launch that have different urgency points. So we had bonuses expire, price increases, and the cart closing. So this keeps the launch fresh almost. There's like reason to email these people, right? We're not just doing one offer for the entire launch. Technically, we had 3 different offers throughout the 30 days. And then, like I said, number 1 is super important as well, where before you actually try and sell anything, you need to prime your prospects to buy. So that's it. That's how we added over 105K to our client's business in 30 days. If you like this type of content where I actually dive deep into our clients' accounts and actually give case studies and actually outline the strategy, then let me know. Comment below. Let me know if you like these types of videos. I will make more of them. And yeah, if you did like it, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.